Bitches. Hey, everybody. You guys tuned in right as I said bitches. All right. So we're doing a sketch cover commission. This is the sketch that I've laid down for the lizard. Sketch for the lizard. And that is all we have. So this is a real comic book. For those that don't know, this is a real comic book that came with a cover that people can draw on. And sometimes people pay me to do that, and I don't know why, but they continue to do it, and I'll continue to take their money. So let me see if we got to zoom out a little bit. I don't know if we can zoom out a little bit. See, if you guys are watching over here on YouTube or Facebook, you would be able to see me zooming in and out, and you'd be able to see like straight down. But you guys are Instagram folks. All right, so there's some depth to this piece, right? So this hand right here is closest to the viewer, and then this shoulder, and then this bit of his doctor coat, and then we'll do the head, and then the other part of the doctor coat, and then we'll draw the thing that he's holding in his hand, and then we'll draw the last arm, and that will give us all the pieces that we need to put this together. With this rough sketch, all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to put enough ink down to keep my place before I erase all the pencil lines, and we can get to where we're going. So we're going to start with a lizard-like claw hand thing. So if anybody was interested, like I can share the link that you can join this, and you can we can talk and bullshit live if you like, but that's up to you. So the knuckles, you make the knuckles kind of big. The knuckle area is like over exaggerated. And I'm not quite sure yet if I plan on putting color on this. I'm gonna kind of feel it out and see if it feels like it needs color or if it's just going to be like gray tones. Oh shit, I forgot to bring down my new markers. I got some new cheap ass markers, and I'm probably going to want to give them a try. It's just a set of like gray tone markers, like a generic ass, like some generic fake Copic markers, and they're called Ohulu or something like that. Oholo. I don't know what it is. Ohulu. Uru. I don't know what it's called, but I've got those, and it's just like it's their gray set. It's got some cool grays, some warm grays, some yellows, some greens, but it's all just kind of variations on gray. So that's at some point I'll go get those, but I want to get enough down here so that everybody can like look at it and be like, oh shit, I see where he's going with that. Like I can see what he's getting at with this drawing. All right, so we're going to do the shoulder here. And we're going to do the shoulder. He's wearing a lab coat. So we can really block it off and make it its own thing and not have to worry extremely about the anatomy bits and pieces. We can just add a whole bunch of folds, because when the lizard transforms into the lizard, man, like the jacket is a little bit too small. So it kind of bunches up in places and makes it fun to look at. And remember, right now we're not adding detail yet. We're just doing enough placeholder shit so that we can erase our pencil lines. At least that's what I do. You can do whatever the hell you want. I'm not going to tell you how to draw. And so I know that doctor coats don't generally have like the belt to go around like for the robe part. But in order to add a lot of movement, because I want the picture to look like he's turned around suddenly, and to add that movement, if I have like that little belt thing, it will really help push the idea of him turning, because it'll be on top of all the other moving stuff. And it should really stand out. Stand out almost as much as the dog that's in this room just farting up a storm. I don't know why she just waits till I get down here and then just wants to sleep and fart, as if the two have to be done together. So now we start working on some cool folds and shit. Like in here, in this area, we'll do a lot of cool folds and stuff, just so that we don't spend a whole lot of time worrying about the detail and all the things that can go wrong. There. See, we can do this, and then we can even put like a little, let's see. Let's put the collar. No, I think this collar is down. I only want one collar showing. So the back collar is kind of got like this, and it'll kind of give him like that little hunchback looking thing. So all right, so we got that done. Now I kind of want to do this little neck area piece right here so that we can, we like to have fun with all the shit going on underneath the neck area. All right, so this is the underside. And then this will be like anatomy stuff in here. So we'll do like just enough to keep our place. That's all we want. All right, so now let's draw what's in his hand. And he's got a clenched fist. And I just drew the wrong thing, so we'll have to fix that. Ugh. So we're just drawing enough so that we can erase it. We can erase the pencil marks and then get back to it, get back to the good stuff. So now we just got to work with the fabric and a balled up fist. Oh, I should probably show the Instagram people. So here's where we are so far, Instagram people, for anybody that watches. I don't think anybody watches my Instagram. We really have to work on that. Oh, shit, no one's watching on Facebook. They're all doing Easter shit. So if I was holding... All right, so the vest he's got has like this fringe frill stuff on it, so we can have a lot of fun with that. There we go. All right, now we got to figure out how to draw the sleeve hanging off of his arm, and how do we want that, or do we want it tattered? Let's see what he did. Let's see how most people draw the lizard. Looks like most people have like the sleeves rolled up a little bit. Maybe some tattering. Kind of dealer's choice. Like, what do you want to do? So we'll figure it out. What's cool about drawing the lizard is he's not necessarily like a muscle built. You don't have to draw him like that. Part of the appeal is the even though he's kind of skinny, he's very deadly with all, with the lizard, fucking whatever lizards can do. All right, so now we're almost done with this part, and then we can go back and we can erase. Oh shit, we gotta do the face. I almost forgot to do the face. You guys gotta remind me to do the face and shit. But nobody's watching, so who gives a shit, right? So what I like to remember is when I'm putting teeth inside of the mouth, the teeth are not right up, butted up next to the lip. So you need to, in order to show that space, you have to do some shadowing and let it be known that the teeth are behind this lip or whatever you've got in front of you. Shit. Well, whatever. We're trying to do a tongue here, and I just messed that all up. So whatever. We don't have to do a whole lot of thinking. We're just kind of being loose right now, laying the groundwork in. We're going to make mistakes at this point because, well, you may not. I'm going to make mistakes at this point because I didn't put all the necessary pencil work in that one should do before they get to this stage. But like, where's the fun in that? Like, I don't know. Kind of like discovering shit, right? So I want to find that. And that is probably why I will. What's up, Ben? We're drawing the lizard. Maybe I should zoom in a little bit so you can see it better. This is a Micron 3. This is the one that we use, and then we'll use a 0.1 liner. Then we'll use our Tombos, and then we'll use our brush pen, and that is pretty much all it takes. All it takes to do what I do. So I'm not super thinking things out all the way. I just want to make sure that things are in the right places, and that when I erase this pencil line, I can come back and I can see where I need to make adjustments. And I probably won't even, normally I probably won't even put in like I won't even put in the pupils at this point because it's too much of a commitment, and I'll wait to do that commitment later. So I want to maybe just figure that out a little bit more before I put the ink down and kind of commit to this is where I want my pupils to be, because sometimes I have trouble just figuring out which way to make them looking. All right, so I think we're done with this part. So I'll put it up to the camera. Yeah, I love microns. I picked up the Stadler, and I picked up Uniball or Unipin. I like the Unipin. I'm not a big fan of the Stadler ones, but I have a shitload of them, so I have to go through them before I buy more microns. So this is where we are before we erase. Yo, 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 what's up? All right. This is probably one of your friends that commissioned this, like as soon as I put that up. So now we're going to grab our rubber eraser. I think it's a rubber eraser. I don't know. And we're going to erase all of our pencil lines just so we have a nice, clean surface to have fun. And it doesn't remind us of any mistakes that we made, and it doesn't remind us of any wobbly, you didn't do it exactly like you planned moments. Now all of the memory of all that shit is gone. And now all we're left with is a lightened up version of our inks. All right. I'll give everybody another close-up real quick, and then we'll get to work. So this is like all the pencil is gone. This is just like with a number 3, just with a number 3 micron. That's all we have going on right here. Happy Easter to you. So now that's that part. We still haven't figured out any lighting. There's no lighting been determined here. We can figure that out on our own. And sometimes people don't figure that out. They're like, fuck, it's a sketch cover. I don't have to figure it out. So we can have fun with the lighting, because I like to incorporate 2 lights. And I think 2 lights is one element of what can separate an amateur from somebody who knows what they're doing, is 2 light sources. but make sure you know what you're doing. Let me respond. My mom sent me a text message, so I got to write to my mom. You know what I'm saying? I will bring some supper tonight around 5 or 5:30. Thank you. All right. So what do I say? Like normally what I want to do at this point is I want to have fun with the face. The face I want to for me, the way my brain works is once I get that face to looking right, then do you have a reference pulled up for this? No, this is I'll show you, Ben. So I wanted him to I liked the idea of him holding up Craven's coat and like turning around to say hi to somebody who's like startled him. So I looked through my pose book. Or one of my pose books. Let me zoom out. So I looked up one of my pose books. This is Masters of Anatomy, book 2. And I wanted to see if I could find a torso that was looking over its shoulder. So here's the only reference. This is the only reference I used because I liked, so you can see where the shoulder started. This, and it's not even like I copied it because you can't, if I hadn't told you, you wouldn't have said that I used this reference. But that is where I started with, and I built this from the idea of this positioning. Like that inspired me. I'll show you guys too. So this one right here, where he's looking over his shoulder, I knew I wanted to incorporate that. So everything else is just kind of winging it. And that's why we can fuck with our anatomy, and we didn't copy it from anybody. No one's already done it. So our hope is that we've done such a great job that people will copy our shit. That's all right. So here we go. Let's do this. So the dynamic lighting, like let's pretend there's a light source back here behind him, and it's casting that rim shadow along this side of his body. It'll make it really fun. And so now that we know where our lighting source is going to be, it helps us understand how we need to come in here and do this part. So when I use the eraser to erase the pencils, you can see that it lightens up the ink. Like the ink is significantly lighter than the ink I just laid down. See, you can see that I just put ink on his nose, and everything else was done with the same pen, but we went over it with the eraser, and the eraser will always pull up some of the ink. That's why I don't like inking the whole thing and then just erasing what's left, because it'll make the whole thing lighter. And I really like my blacks to be black, and I like my shit to be as dark as I intended it to be, and that's what I want. It may not be what you're going for, may not be what you want. Shit, it may not even matter to you. But for me, that's why I do things in the order that I do them, so that I don't have lines that are different colors. All right, remember I said that the teeth are not right up on, the teeth don't come right up to the lips. Like don't draw. Here's a lot of people make this mistake. Let's see. I'll get a bigger marker so you can see it. All right, so you draw lips, right? So this is a lizard lip. So there's our lizard lip, right? It goes right here and it smiles. And then they'll draw the teeth like right here on the lip, and then maybe they'll do like a little of this and try to make it look like the teeth are behind. They're like, oh, well, I drew the teeth in the mouth, but for some reason my shit looks like a cartoon. All right, so we'll do this. We'll make our lizard mouth, right? And then now I know, oh, I guess I should have drawn the center line. This is the center line. So this is the center line. So that means if this is the center line, or make sure you can see me. So if this is the center line, then in theory, our lip comes back this way and then comes down. So our center tooth, if this is our center line, our center tooth should be right here. Right? And we should set up the area in the back for the gums. And then our teeth are going to swerp around faster than our mouth. our mouth make movements that our teeth can't do. So the teeth are going to continue to go right around back into the head, even though the mouth can go on for days. Like, and then that means since this is the end, since this is where we have our lip, then our teeth need to end like right around here so that it gives them room to come back. And then when you shade, it just don't draw the teeth right up to the lips. That's just, it's not going to work. It's not going to look good. Oh, I'll show you guys. Shit, let's see. This is what I was using for my example. Like this is the teeth, and then this is whatever. Figure that shit out, man. This isn't art class because I don't know how to teach people shit. So, all right. So now since I know that my light source is going to be on the other side of this lizard, I've got to make the terminator. And the terminator is right here. And the terminator is the area where one light source has ended, and it's the darkest part from that light source, and it meets the new light source. That is referred to as the terminator. Fans of the old Image comics, like, where else are you streaming the quality on this? YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, shit like that. I don't know. I forgot where I was. Oh, so fans of Image, like the old Image books. The Terminator is Arnold. The Terminator is like when the idea of those Image comics and everybody had metal arms. It would be the line where they drew the black on this, and it would be like shine on one side and then shine on the other side. They may not know that that's what they were doing, but that was the Terminator, ending the strongest point of one light source and the beginning of the new light source. And I tell you what, I didn't know what it was when I looked at it. I was just like, oh shit, man, that looks cool. Just kind of making up like little details in here to make it look textured. I mean, he's got like very textury skin, right? So we want that to read. So that means we need to incorporate that into our lines and our shading and stuff like that. And the thing, I think the real thing I don't like about these Sadler liner pens is they just don't seem to make a real black. Like they make like a gray black. And I do not like them, Sam. I am. But like I said, I've got a whole bunch of them, and I have to run through them before I can buy new ones. Oh, dude, for some reason, my damn headphones have started to... Since they're Bluetooth headphones, like one will be like going at a different speed than the other one. And it's like I'm in vertigo or something. Like it's weird. Like he's wrapped over here, and then finally it gets to the other side. You're just like, shit, man. All right, we got to remember where our Terminator is and where that light source is. Play. So we know that means that this other light source is coming from right here if the other one's coming from back here. So we gotta shade our scale and add that texture accordingly. And now we've also got like to deal with the lip area. Amen. Bryan is inking a lizard. Oh. So that's where we are so far. Oh man, I just took a shower and now I'm all hot and sweaty. It's like I have menopause, which I bet, maybe I do have menopause or some shit. Who knows? But I'm keeping the idea in mind that Oh, that's what I was going to talk about. The lips. We got to push the lips back. So how do we do that? By getting darker as we fold underneath. Uh, we make it darker because not a lot of light is getting inside the mouth. I'm pretty glad. Like, I don't think that you guys on Instagram can see it, but I make a lot of mouth movements and faces and shit when I do this. So I'm pretty happy that you guys don't have the angle. You can just see the sun shining on my big head. All right. Also, so if he's looking up, if we want it to look up, then we have to show kind of like a little bit of the eyelid up in there. Set the eye back into the skull a little bit. Now it's getting closer and closer to time to where we got to put the eyeball somewhere. We got to figure out that whole eyeball situation. What are we going to do with it? All right, so now what we'll do is we'll come in here underneath the lip and we'll shade in a lot of dark to kind of indicate where the gums are, and it turns into the teeth, and then that way it doesn't look like our lips are just, our teeth are smacked on right to the lips. Are you laughing at your own joke, dude? Talking about menopause. You can really kind of make up your own scaly texture, like however you want to. I guess you can until Marvel pays you and tells you, hey, that's not the type of lizard we want. But if you're just doing like shit like I am, then you can do whatever you want as long as your customer is cool with it, right? You kind of want to know that before you get started, how cool your customer is with you just making decisions on your own. And in my case, I was given, hey man, do what you want. And I was like, hell yeah, do what I want. And that's where you have the most fun. That's where you'll get the best results, is where you let the artist kind of bring their self. You're like, no artist really likes being handed a piece of work and said, hey, draw it like this other artist. Like, for an example, not that this has happened to me, but let's say you go to a convention and you hand the guy a sketch cover and you're like, I want you to do it, but I want it to look like Todd McFarlane style. And then you're like, well, go get Todd McFarlane to do it, because I don't want to do Todd McFarlane style. There's a reason that it's Todd McFarlane's style. It's the reason people can recognize his work, and you want me to mimic that? Like, yeah, get out of here. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here, bro. I want to get Ghost Rider Bull picture colored. Want to get my Ghost Rider Bull picture colored. Oh, I'm guessing that's Ben Grimm TV. Okay, yeah. Who would I say? Shit, man, I don't know. Coloring flames is a a skill. So if you go, when you're at Huntsville, you look around, like, first off, in my head, like if I had to pick someone that colored on markers, like on a piece of paper, Elise is the one that I know that colors on paper the best. But I don't know, I can't fully recall what her flames look like. But Elise is probably the person I would recommend the most if I was ever going to get anything like colored. And that's locally. I don't know enough people like worldwide. I know that I like Elise's color work. And to let you know, Ben, as difficult as that is, I've had it colored by 2 colorists, and I am not a big fan of either one really. And they've both done professional work. And I'm just like, that's the reason I haven't posted. I've paid 2 colorists to color that piece, and I'm not I'm not sold that either one of them is what I wanted it to look like. And I don't know. I'm just done with it. I can't. I spent a lot of money to try to get that colored to make a print, and I can't spend any more money on it to make a print. But I did order 10 of them. So I will have 10 of the colored version that I liked best out of the 2. But I just I wanted something different that I couldn't. I tried it myself as well, and I couldn't get it. See, and so here we go. I haven't showed the Instagram people in a while. Here's where we are, Instagram people. The Instagrammers. Let's see. I could probably pull it up here, but I don't want you to see who. I don't want you to see who did it. Let's see if I can find the best. Well, see, even the best one, I think he watermarked it with his name. So just don't say anything. So that's the one I ordered 10 prints of, but I wanted more. Not really focusing. I'll have to get it when I'm done with this. I figured I needed to do something today to get ahead of my work schedule because I have a big commission sitting on my desk, but it's very, and it's this way because I asked for it to be, it's very untraditional to what I do. Like it's for an album cover. It's for 3 album covers, a connecting image for 3 album covers. And I wanted it to be very like experimental to me. Like I wanted it to be more about emotion than. So we'll see if I can pull it off, but it's going to take a lot of work for me because that's not typically the work that I do, but I do want to do it. So I found somebody that wanted to hire me for a job, and I said, "Hey, what about me trying something new? And if this doesn't work, we can always do the thing that I'm already kind of good at. And then, it's no big deal." But so he's like, "Yeah, we'll give it a shot." I'm like, "All right, cool." So we're going to try that and see what happens. So I'm excited, but it's also intimidating at the same time to branch into stuff that you're not comfortable doing and you haven't done before, and it's not a proven thing. Like maybe you're not good at it, Bryan. So there's always that. And that's part of the thing that you enjoy is doing shit that makes you a little kind of, yeah. So if you're like they say in I don't know, they said it like when I was a policeman, and I think they say it like in acting is once you feel like you know everything and you're just super comfortable, then stop doing it because you should be uncomfortable. You should be nervous. You should be pushing yourself to experience new things. And if you're not, then stop doing it, because then you're just wasting your time. Something to that effect. I don't know. I'm sure I said that incorrectly, but whatever. I think part of what makes art fun for me is I know that what I think I can do, and every now and then I like to see if I can do a little different, a little better, a little like every now and then just take a little step outside of what I'm comfortable with. I don't have to go all in. I don't have to like throw everything that I've built away. But experimenting is where it's fun. So don't just say, "Oh, I'm good at drawing circles, and so that's all I'm going to do is draw circles." Fucking boring, man. Like if this person had walked up to me at the convention table and said, "Would you draw me a lizard?" This is not what they would have gotten, because you want to be able to perform right there where they're looking at you, and you need to do something that is gonna you can't mess it up. But when you're at home, you have the ability to say, "Oh, the dog ate it," or whatever, and you can offer a refund and shit. But I try to do good in everything that I work on, but there's going to be a definite difference in me being able to work from my house and me sitting at the convention table trying to crank out as much as I can to get that money. And what's weird is you won't know because there's no pay difference. But I do say, usually when people ask me for something that I think I could really have a lot of fun with, I'm like, you'd probably be better off sending that to me to do at home, and then we'll just mail it in, because that's something I'd want it to look fucking special. Bitch better have my money. It's I charge by the foot. Here, take a look. Call me. Dude, this head is fucking awesome. So Rob's like that head is coming along great. And I could fuck up the rest of it and it would be still pretty cool, I think. But like I said, so I like to do the head first to make sure that it kind of like relieves the pressure. If you could give one piece of advice to someone learning or trying to get better at drawing, what would it be? And the most important thing would you tell them? What do I think could be? I think, man, I don't know, because there's so many different things you can do. I say try to be better than the last time you did something. That's pretty much in life. Like, I want to be better than the last time I did it. I don't have to be the best. I don't have to be better than Jim. I don't have to be better than Susan. I don't have to be better than Jimbo. Like, I just need to be better than Bryan last time he did something like this, and use that as my measuring stick. And if you can consistently answer the task of, are you better than last time you did this? If you could say yes to that, then it's only a matter of time before other people start to pick up on the talent and recognize what's going on here, what they've watched develop. That would be like, you're not going to please everybody. Some people aren't going to like some people want to tear you down. Some people are going to get jealous. And one thing that's easy to happen is, as soon as someone starts giving you praise, you're like, oh shit, well then I'll just keep doing that. And those people end up losing, they lose focus, because they're chasing the praise. So they just want that pat on the back. They just want someone to tell them, "Oh, well, you did a good job." And that's fine, but man, it's for me, it's not the reward I'm looking for. But there are plenty of people that get caught up in oh, they told me my shit's great, so I will just continue to do this exact same thing over and over because I like being told that I'm great. Whatever. It's an easy trap to fall into because who doesn't like being told they're great? Who doesn't like being told that, oh man, your shit's amazing? That's fucking a awesome feeling to hear. That's good to hear. And but if you can let that fill you up, and then you're like, all right, well, everybody when I go to the convention says my shit's the best they've ever seen, and then you're like, I don't need to worry about getting any better or learning new techniques or learning a new character or a new way of experimenting. Like it's just unrewarding for me. I don't know. I want more out of my stuff. I want more out of my stuff. Let me give you guys another close-up real quick. Looking pretty fucking good, if I may say so myself. So we're almost done. Once we finish up this little neck area, we'll be good to go. Got to remember that light source on the other side. Yeah, just be better than you were last time. And I don't mean last time you drew a picture. Let's just say you happen to be like me and you have difficulty drawing women, right? So the next time you draw a woman, are you better than the last time you drew a woman? Not just the last time you drew, because that's kind of hard to measure. The last time you drew a dinosaur, are you better than, is this time you drew a dinosaur better than the last time you drew a dinosaur? That kind of shit. So Mr. Roboski is getting a hell of a lot of bang for his buck because I'm really having fun with this. So probably should have drawn the line somewhere else. Like I challenge you, not you, but just I'm saying it out loud. It's not really a challenge to find someone that gives you this level of fun and quality of work for $150. Like that's just stupid. That's just stupid. For $150, man, you might get a headshot that looks like anybody with a fucking crayon could have done. But like I said, I'm not doing this. The reason I like doing this and the reason I'll do it for $150 is because I've never drawn this position before. I've not really drawn a lot of the lizard before. I want to have fun. I also want to keep busy. I also need something to put on my social media stuff. So that's also the benefit. It's not just always for me like the monetary of it. So now what we're going to do, as I'll show you guys before we go to the next part. So there we go. That's the top of him. Now we're going to do this hand. We're going to do this hand now because that's the closest thing in front of us. And then we can do the like doctor suit. A lot of people think it's about, I mean, yeah, it is about money, but if I did this for $150, which is the true price, I'm not one of the people that likes to fucking hide my prices and say, oh, send me a direct message and I'll tell you what my prices are so that other artists don't make fun of me because I'm charging too much. Yeah, ask them why they don't just post their prices because they're afraid of being judged. They don't want someone to screenshot it and post it in their groups and say, look how much this guy's charging, and I'm better than him. Whatever. So for $150, the guy's getting this, but what am I getting out of it? Well, I'm getting the $150. I'm getting the exercise of drawing today for the day. So this is my exercise for today. And I'm getting content for my online shit, right? And this will always live on in the digital world. And who knows how much this could benefit. Like who may stumble upon this video and say, oh shit, like I watched your video doing the lizard. I'd like you to design the next lizard packaging for Mattel. That's just a for instance, like let's just say. So then this $150 exercise that I did, like, oh man, it's worth more than $150. But yeah, but I'm in control of that. If I wanted to ask for $300 and just fucking do it, then I would. But to me, the amount of what I can do with it makes up the difference. So whatever, you do you. You want to charge $500 for a fucking profile headshot? You go right ahead. If there's nothing else from people following me, I say following me, but supporting me or like being in my corner, I really try to keep things honest and encourage people to do things. And if I mislead them, or if I'm like, oh, I can't tell you because then you'll be my competition or whatever, like to me, that's not how I'm going to work. And so what if looking at you and saying, oh, you're my competition, blah, blah, blah. Well, you know what that means? I need to step my fucking game up. That's what the fuck that means. It means I need to step up my game so that I don't have to worry about people that I've taught or people that I've helped along the way. Just gotta step my shit up, man. Stop fucking being a crybaby. And I'm not speaking about anybody in particular. I'm just saying. I'm just speaking in generalities. I was super proud of the flash I did, and was probably the best I've ever drawn something, and it's definitely better than the last time I drew something. Well, then right on. Then you win. You win. You win. Now, I will give you personal advice and say that I would also me personally, I would try to stop. You want to lose the habit of copying as soon as you can. Like trying to draw things that already exist. And I understand people do that to learn, but like, remember what I talked about earlier about people getting comfortable and then they get praise and then they don't strive to be better. And so when someone who copies will get the praise of, oh man, that looks great. And then they will enjoy that. And then they'll try to draw something on their own. And the people will see that and they'll be like, oh man, this one's not as good as that flash that you did. And you'll be like, well, fuck, I don't like that response. So you'll go back to copying things that someone else has drawn or taken a photo of because you have mastered the skill of being able to recreate stuff, which is a skill. But you can get caught up, and that's all I'm speaking of, is you can get caught up in feeling good and then you'll forget to grow. That's all. All right, that's not the best hand in the world, but guess what? It gets the job done. It gets the job done. It gets the job done. And that's what I wanted. So now what we're going to do is we're going to work on this shoulder area. Well, I guess I need to show you guys the... All right, so let's show the viewers on Insta. Hello, Asher. So here we go. There's the hand that we've done. Oh, so there's the hand. See, nothing super great. Bye. That's funny. That's funny. All right, here comes this tool. This is the Pentel Pocket Brush. This is a refillable brush pen that you can buy the little ink cartridges and you can plug it on there. This is where this is what I use to get like all the cool like stuff. You'll see. Because you can do so much with the varying line weights and you can really get some like organic folds and you start it can get away from you, so just be mindful. But it really helps put those folds in there. And really all we're doing is throwing the eye away from the fact that we may not have done as well as we wanted to on some of the other areas. So the advice that I just gave Ben about don't get comfortable copying is usually not the kind of advice you're going to get when you ask people to look at your stuff, because they don't want to, they don't know how sensitive you are or what your feelings are going to get hurt, or it really is good to them, but they won't tell you that, hey, that looks just like the last thing you did, or it's whatever it is. Like, it's just a, if you want your friends to be better, you have to let them know when something isn't right. If they ask. If they don't ask, then keep your fucking mouth shut. But if they ask you and they're your friend, you can give an opinion. But if their shit looks like hot garbage and they did not ask your opinion, then you just have to say, man, I hope he does better next time. Because nobody asked for your fucking opinion. Just food for thought. What brand of pen markers do you prefer? All right, so somebody new on Instagram is asking, so we'll go over. So I use usually Micron liner pens, but I also don't like the Staedtler liner pens, and I'm experimenting with the Uniball liner pens. But my go-to is Micron if I can find them. And then I use the Tombow soft, they're called them brush pens, but they're more of just like a felt pen. And then the Pentel Pocket Brush, like that is, and whiteout, like that is pretty much my go-to formula. All right, so now for those watching at home and the millions across the world or whatever, but now that I've gotten away from the head is where let me zoom in for you guys. Now that I've gotten away from the head, which is probably going to be a big focus on the people that look at this, I'll start using my 0.1 less, and I'll start using my 0.3 more. The Staedtlers run out quick, I think. the Stadlers for me, I found just don't run as dark as I want them to. Their black isn't as black as the Microns. So yeah, so the further I get away from the head, the less number one I'll use, because the level of fine detail isn't as important for me. Maybe for you. Golly, dog, you smell like a pile of shit. So I've tried to just work out different like hatching and different things with the level 3 to kind of help to accompany my brushwork. Because really, I use that brush a lot for like skin folds, fabric folds. And that's really where like people will look at it and go, oh my God, look at all that detail. And you're like, man, I just fucking smashed a brush pin down a couple of times and this is what happened. That's how I feel. But they enjoy the detail that you've created. So you did create it, but it wasn't as hard as they probably think it is. And then just like that, boom, we have finished the sleevey area. You guys ready to see the sleevey area? All right, so see, that's the folds that we just did. I really like the Asher hi bye. Not even a minute passed in between Asher saying hi and then Asher saying bye. That's hilarious. All right, so another thing to consider when doing these sketch covers is whether or not you're right-handed or left-handed, like which way you're going to smear shit. So usually like your thumbs and stuff will go here and when you're moving. So these lower corners usually get fucked up the most. It's coming together well. Well, thank you, New Comic Journey. So with that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to jump up to the other hand that's holding up the stuff so that when we finish, we'll be down here in the lower right-hand corner since I'm right-handed. And I won't have to worry so much about smearing all the shit over there. So that's where we're working now. Oh yeah, I forgot. I drew that on the wrong side. Shit. Oh, well, fuck it. We'll just let it go this way. And see, nobody, when it comes to the layout and the design, like as long as you stay within like what reality is, no one will know that you messed up if you don't tell them. If you're like, oh, I really meant for that to be in the background, well, then don't tell people that. Unless you're like me and you want them to kind of like take something away from what you've done. Like, I want you to feel encouraged that you can mess up and it doesn't really fucking matter. And then just like that, it's gone away. No one even knows that we made a mistake. Because honestly, this was supposed to be behind the hand. Oh, I grabbed the wrong one. Yeah, this was supposed to be behind the hand. But if I can figure out ways around, then there, boom. Nobody will know the difference. And we're better for it because now we've adapted and overcome. We adapted and we overcame. I feel myself making funny mouth movements, and I'll just be like, oh shit, somebody can see me. Somebody can see me. They can see me making funny mouth movements. It does get messy. I'll tell anybody that listens is like, really, it's not being able to draw or create something. It's being able to uh, ingenuitively cover mistakes and errors, and like it's the improvisation of how do I cover up the fact that I think I messed up? Like, what can I do to make it not look like I messed up? What can I do to make this look intentional? And that's a skill, man. And I try to tell people like that's what I'm good at is figuring out ways to not let you know that I didn't know what I was doing, or that I had messed up in my mind I had messed up. It's not my job to tell you that I messed up. All right, so let's get this hand knocked out. How long does it usually take you to finish a sketch like this? Well, right now, what are we at? We're at 1 hour. So this is what 1 hour of my work looks like. So I probably have about maybe another hour to 45 minutes, and then we'll be done. So maybe 2 hours. So I get paid $75 an hour. All right, we're getting close. I guess we should go ahead and do this. Sometimes the imperfections add to the charm of the sketch. That can be very true, but I don't let myself believe that. Like, for some reason, I am up my own ass about every little thing has to be connected, and everything has to, oh shit, like it needs to be this way, and dress right dress. The line has to be thick and connected or else it doesn't count. Like, I don't know where that has stemmed from or anything like that, but I'm getting ready to start doing like abstract watercolor stuff. And I'm going to force myself to go into it with very little pre setup. Like, I'm going to go into these things very just seeing what happens with the paint. Hey, what's going on, April? Seeing what's going. I just want to do watercolor and then just see what happens. And then once the watercolor does whatever the watercolor does, I want to see if there's any way that I can then like manipulate that into doing something else that I want. Like, so I think me doing watercolor will help me relax my butthole a little bit about things, everything having to be exact and connected and dress right dress. Like, I think I think just the sheer nature of watercolor is unpredictable. And if I embrace that unpredictable nature of watercolor, that maybe overall I'll just be able to relax in general when it comes to doing art. Like, fuck it, just let that happen. It's just what it does. And then I think that that'll be just another evolution to my artwork. Like, it's just something else I will I will do, and it will make the rest of the art stuff that I do maybe that much better. The lessons that I learn in that medium, you know, can translate into taking that with you to the other things that you do. At least that's the hope. That's what I hope happens. I looked up guests for Huntsville the other day and saw you and got so happy for you. Thank you, April. You are the list with the big names, and that speaks volume about your abilities. Keep it up, man. I can't wait to see you get even further. Thank you, April. Oh shit! I'm drawing a blank on April's stuff. Thingy-me-bobs and doodads, or something like that. But April is a outstanding crafter. April does like custom handbags and wallets and lanyards and cool stuff, like nerdy themed shit like that. And it's so nerdy thingamabobs or something. Uh, but look up April. Oh, red dog. Shit, red something. I get confused. April will let you know. But so now what we're doing is the fur coat that's on Craven's thing. April. I mean, Craven has like this fur lining around his vest. So I'll show you the technique that I'm using for that in just a second. Instagram does not have the cool ability to look down on what I'm doing. So see, we've kind of just made it look fuzzy. Cuts out a lot of work. I'm not sure that Rob's going to get color. Hey, it's me, April. This red, that's it. The person. So April just hopped on to Instagram and told everybody in the Instagram chat that, hey, this is April, not the month, the person. Oh, that is refreshing. That is hilarious. I would never thought, like, I guess people that are named August have to deal with that too. And that's hilarious. You don't think about that shit. I imagine you think about it a lot because it happens to you. Just like, so there's a movie called like what, The Man Named Otto. And there's a scene where the guy said, oh, your name's Otto. You don't hear that very often. He's like, I do. That's just a hilarious line. He's like, yeah, I do, motherfucker. Like, what are you trying to say? We're so close to being finished here, guys. and gals. This is Bryan, the dude. Not the dude, the dude. This is Bryan SilverbaX, not the gorilla. It's hilarious. One thing that I haven't quite figured out how to do is how to draw things that are supposed to be on like fabric and not try to make it look like the real thing. Like, so this character has a lion head on their vest. I'm trying to think like, how would I draw that and not, I don't want it to look like a real lion. Like I haven't figured out I'm just not versed enough to know how to pull that off, I guess. I've got to finish up here soon because at 5:30 my mom said she is bringing over some food. And I need to be ready for some food. Well, we're close enough. We'll be finished in no time. What do we got? We have 30 minutes. Not a problem. Like when you're coloring it, it'll be different because you can say, I'll rely on the colors to help separate, to make it look like this drawing is on the fabric and not, because you're like, I need to draw folds in the fabric and I need to draw details on the lion. But how do I tell the viewer that these things are marks that are supposed to be on the drawing, and then these are the ones that are supposed to be on the, but at the end of the day, it's how important is it really? How important is it? It just fucking looks good or it doesn't. All right, so now we'll figure this part out. I kind of messed up because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do in here. So we're just going to make up how the rest of this shit goes. So this is where his, we got to make sure we leave markings in here so that we know that this is anatomy stuff in here that we need to keep in mind. And then this is coat stuff. So we're about to, now that we've pretty much finished all of the stuff that requires detail, we're going to whip out like the big brush and lay it down and finish this up. At least that's the goal anyway. Right now, what I'm doing is I'm tracing all of my outer lines with the 03, the 03 micron liner. And I'm pushing down a little bit hard so that it makes like a little indentation in the paper, so that as I'm working with the brush pen, it kind of tells the brush pen not to let things bleed past this area. That's the reason I do it. All right. Good to go. So now I take a deep breath and I look at it and I'm like, all right, get back to work. So here we go. We want this to be kind of open. I haven't heard this song in forever. Was it Hollywood Undead? Charlie Sheen has got a weenie that he likes to show. All right, getting close. We're getting close. I can feel it. All right, so maybe there's a couple people on Instagram that hasn't seen it. We're almost there. What's cool is you'll be able to go back all the way through this feed and start over, and you'll be seeing like where it started was no ink on the page. And I did all of that in real time. You're like, oh shit, real time? With the big fake titties. Yo, did y'all watch Israel Adesanya last night? Dude, that guy just straight slept that other dude, the guy that was supposed to win. Pretty cool, pretty cool. We're so close to finished. Sweet Lizard. Thank you. I always forget people's real names. TN Comic Collector. I know that I know your real name, but I can't think of it right offhand. I often wonder if people get mad because I don't remember their names. Like their Instagram or their Facebook isn't their name. And I'd be like, oh yeah, you're Comic Guy 45, or maybe they own a shop or something. Like I hope they don't think I'm already bad enough with names. Like your Instagram thing or however I interact with you most, like is on social media. And if your social media name is something that isn't your real name, I don't know what to tell you. I already have a hard enough time. Yeah, we're almost done. And your boy kills 31, 32, whatever he says. This is the life of a go-getter. Or I shouldn't say go-getter, it's a go-getter. So, right, I'm a go-getter, go-getter. Then I bust a left. To the right, none left. And in my pocket. All right, we're getting close. We're almost done. Cliff. Oh, that's right. Shit. Just talk to you today. Oh, yeah, this is sweet. Is that Bun B? I think that, yeah, Bun B. Bun B. And a one-man army. Can't beat it. At the FA. Yeah, we're so close to being done. I want you guys to see this. of a go get a go get a. So to make that hand visible, I'm going to put a lot of black under behind it. Oh, I forgot. Uh, Jadakiss, or not, what's his name? Is that Jadakiss? I think it's Jadakiss. Oh yeah, because Kiss is a go-getter. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Now we'll go in there. We'll pretend like we did an eyeball, and we're done. Watch out, because this is the stage where Bryan likes to put his hand in shit. All right. Now I'm gonna push it a little further. We'll see. I don't think it's gonna get color, but because he's already, like, for me, like, he's gotten what he paid for. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I don't say that everyone is gonna get colored. It's gonna be where I think things need to be. And I think this right here is gonna be fine. Oh, you guys probably can't see what's going on. There we go. All done. Hold on 1 second. Instagram. Am I zoomed out? Yeah. It's pretty badass. If you ask me, I'm happy with that. All right. Well, thank you guys and gals for tuning in. I've got to go eat some food. So happy Thanksgiving. Stay creative, be good people, and get shit done. And follow me and share me and make sure that your friends know about me and shit. Thank you guys.